Hello students. Now today we are going to study the two operations, that is addition and subtraction of fraction. Also along with that I will be taking up how to compare the fractions. So these are the three things which we are going to study today. Now this is one question which due to some technical problem I was not able to take up this question in my last video. So I have included that question also. So let us start this. Now question number 1. It is asked, write first four equivalent fraction of 9 by 10. Now suppose we have 9 upon 10 and we are asked to find the equivalent fraction. Then how we are going to find? Now let me just revise what we studied last time about equivalent fraction. Now suppose we have these three cakes, and if I divide the cake into two halves and if I take this, obviously I am going to get 1 upon 2. If I divide the cake into 4 parts and if I take 2 parts out of that, then it is 2 out of 4 is taken. Instead of 4 pieces, if I divide it into 8 pieces and if I take this piece, this one and this one, then what am I taking? How much did I get? I got 4 out of 8, and you can see in all the cases this portion is same. In all of them, we can't say that one person has got more or this is more because there are 4 pieces. But cake was divided into 8 pieces, out of that half of it was given. 4 pieces में divide किया, out of that 2 pieces were given. 2 pieces को किया and out of that 1 piece is given. That means they are equivalent fraction. That means what are we doing? We have written these three fractions. We have just manipulated the things. If I wanted to make 1 by 2, if I wanted the now see how did I get this number? I multiplied 1 with 2 and denominator also by 2. Alright, I multiplied 1 by 2 with 2 by 2. Alright, 2 by 2 means 1. I am not changing the number, but I am just manipulating. So answer is 2 upon 4. Now instead of, if I multiply by 2, now instead of that, if I multiply it by 4, 4 upon 4, then I'll get 4 and 4 2s are 8. That means how do we generate equivalent fraction? That we have to understand. We have understood by this method that all of them are equal. 1 out of 2 or 2 out of 4 or 4 out of 8, all of them are equal. That means these are three fractions which are equivalent fraction. Equivalent means we just write they are equal. These are equal fraction. अगर मुझसे पूछा गया, on the other hand, if somebody asks me क्या ये तीनों equivalent है, nobody has given you this sign, क्या ये तीनों equivalent है, then what are you going to do? You are going to divide, bring it to lowest term. 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are 8. And in all the cases you can see this was half already in the lowest term. This I brought in the lowest term, I got 1 by 2. This also I brought into lowest term, I got 1 by 2. That means if we want to do the reverse process, we are given three fractions. We are asked to find whether these three fractions are equal or not. तो हमें जो भी lowest term में नहीं है, उन सभी को lowest term में करके we will have to check the final answer, final lowest term of all the fraction, and if they happen to come out to be same, it means they are equivalent fraction. So this was just a revision of what we did last time. Now suppose you know that we were getting 4 upon 8. If I multiply this by 4, I'm getting 4 upon 8. That means half is equal to 4 upon 8. Both of them are same. And how did we get? If we multiply numerator as well as denominator by the same number, by the same number, we get a fraction which is equal to the previous one. Alright, and why it happens? Because if you multiply by 4 by 4, इसका मतलब है आप किससे मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हो? आप हाफ को 1 से मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हो. और you know 1 is a multiplicative inverse, which means that if you multiply any number by 1, the answer will remain the same. So it is just a manipulation. Instead of multiplying by 1, we can multiply by 2 by 2, we can multiply by 3 by 3, we can multiply by 13 by 13. Anything you want, you can generate hundreds or thousands of equivalent fraction in this way. Multiplying it by 1, or 1 कुछ भी हो सकता है. 4 by 4, 7 by 7, कुछ भी. So write 4 equivalent fraction of 9 by 10. So if I write, if first 4 लिखा हुआ है, ठीक है ना? So if I multiply 9 upon 10 and multiply by 1, 1 का मतलब 2 by 2 से अगर मैंने multiply किया, I'll get 18 upon 10 2s are 20. If I multiply 9 by 10 by 3 by 3, 9 3s are 27 upon 30. So this is the first one. Second one, we wanted 4, 9 upon 10 multiplied by 4 upon 4, 9 4s are 36 upon 40. Now in the same way, 9 upon 10 multiplied by 5 upon 5 is equal to 45 upon 10 5s are 50. So these are the 4 equivalent fractions which is equal to 9 upon 10. So these are 4 fractions which are equivalent fraction, which are equal to 9 upon 10. Reverse अगर आप check करके देखोगे, you divide both of them by 2, you are going to get 9 upon 10. Divide by 3, you are going to get 9 upon 10. Bring them to lowest term, you will get to know that for all of them, you are getting 9 upon 10. So this was about equivalent fraction. Now, so these are 4 numbers which are equivalent to 9 by 10. This is your answer statement which you must write. So we have understood what is equivalent fraction. Now, what is the use of like fraction? We already know that 1 upon 3, 7 upon 3, 5 upon 3, 4 upon 3, they are like fractions. And what is the use of like fraction? What is the purpose of like fraction? If we want to compare this number, we will be easily able to compare it. Alright? Because suppose we have 13. Okay? So, if you understand with the help of marks, if you take this example of marks, 13 में से 1 बड़ा है, 13 में से 7, 13 में से 5, 13 में से 4. So, everybody knows if I want to arrange them in the increasing order, obviously 1, then we have 4, then we have 5, and then we have 7. So this is arranged in ascending order. So we know that when we are given like fractions, then it is very easy for us to compare the number. Alright? If I am asked to add these 4 numbers, if I am asked to add the 4 numbers, then also our like fractions helps us. And how does it help? 13 में से 1, 13 में से 7, 13 में से 5, 13 में से 4. It means we just got to add all of them. 7 plus 1, 8, 8 plus 9, 16, 17. It is 17 out of 13. Alright? 17 out of 13, and then we know it is a improper. नाम से ही आपको लग रहा है improper. अगर कोई चीज improper होती है तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं? We have to make it proper. Alright? We got to make them proper. Proper का मतलब है we will convert it into mixed fraction. Alright? 17 को 13 से divide किया, we get 3. We have 4 here. So the answer is 1 whole, 1 complete, and 4 upon 13. This is the answer. Alright? So if it was improper, we made it proper, and the proper fraction will be in the mixed fraction. Proper fraction is your mixed fraction. Alright, so we could easily add them. Now suppose I am asked to subtract these two numbers and they are like terms. These two numbers I want to subtract. Subtraction means only two numbers we can subtract, and 7 minus 5 is 2. 2 out of 13. This is your answer. Alright. So now suppose if you have any difficulty in understanding, suppose this is 2 by 3 plus say 4 by 3, not 4 by 3, say 1 by 3 plus 1 more 1 upon 3. Then answer is 2 plus 1 plus 1, which is 4 upon 3, and which means 1 whole 1 upon 3. Alright. Now let us understand this if by the that diagrammatic method. With the help of this example, this suppose we have a cake. We have say 3 cakes. I have divided them into 3, all of them into 3 equal parts. From the first one I have been given this. From here I took this. From here I took this. That means how much part, how many cake I got? I got 1, 2, 3. इसको मैं अगर इधर ले लूँ, इसको हटा के, मतलब ये piece और ये piece बराबर है ना, so I can take this also. That means you got 1 complete cake and little more, which is 1 whole 1 upon 3. This is what? This is 1 by 1 upon 3, and this is 1. 1 complete. That means 2 by 3, 1 by 1, 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3. If you add all of them, how did we add? With the help of pictorially I explained you, or with the help of the example of a cake I explained you that how did we get 1 whole 1 upon 3. If you have, if I am fast, you can pause the video and can again listen to it. Alright. Now let us take the third question. Question number 3. So this was about what is the use of like fraction. So we have understood that what is the purpose of like fraction. We can add, we can subtract, and we can compare them directly. Now let us see the last question. Can we make unlike fraction into like fraction? Now suppose we have questions, just a minute.